Time. So, the one thing Lily didn't have. She felt like she was drowning in a sea of despair, unable to escape the crushing weight of Jeff's indecision. As the days turned into weeks, Lily's pain only intensified. She became a shadow of her former self, her art and music silenced by the heartbreak. Her studio, once a sanctuary, now felt like a prison, a constant reminder of her lost love. Abandoning herself to fate, Lily wandered the busy streets, hoping for the day Jeff would finally decide to be with her. She was jostled by passers-by multiple times, lost in her thoughts. As she stood at the crosswalk in Jerry's, waiting with others to cross the street, she barely noticed the seconds ticking down. Just as the light was about to change, she snapped back to reality and stepped into the road. The blaring horn of a car jolted her back to her senses. She turned to see the vehicle speeding towards her and collapsed in shock. Miraculously, the driver managed to stop just in time, saving her life. Lily was rushed to the hospital. When Jeff received the distress call about her accident, he immediately abandoned the contract he was about to sign with Isabella's father and rushed to the hospital. The fear of losing Lily overwhelmed him, making him realize just how much he loved her. Emotions surged within him, and he cried on his way to the hospital. Upon seeing Lily, he yelled at her for being careless, but quickly apologized for neglecting her. He hated himself for causing her misery and vowed to make amends. He showered her with love and kisses, bringing tears to her eyes. Lily clung to him, crying as her shattered hopes were revived. The man she loved most had chosen her over his past love. Isabella's frustration boiled over as she watched the lovers reunite, their happiness a stark contrast to her own misery. She had never felt such a deep sense of defeat and humiliation. Her pride, once her greatest asset, now lay in tatters. But Isabella wouldn't stop. She showed up at Lily's studio, her eyes wild with jealousy.
You think you can paint your way into his heart?
Isabella sneered, destroying Lily's artwork with a vicious swipe of her hand. Lily stood tall, her heart heavy with sorrow.
You're only proving your own insecurity,
she said, her voice steady. Isabella's response was a vicious slap, but Lily refused to back down. She knew that her love for Jeff was stronger than Isabella's hate. Isabella's schemes reached a fever pitch. In a final, desperate bid to destroy Lily's happiness, she revealed a shocking secret to the world. Jeff's family business was on the brink of bankruptcy, and only her family's wealth could save it.
Marry me, Jeff,
she begged,
and I'll save your family's legacy.
Lily's heart shattered like broken glass, her world crumbling around her again. But then something inside her stirred. She remembered the countless nights Jeff had held her close, the whispered promises of forever, the love they shared. She knew she couldn't let Isabella win. Then she heard Jeff's voice from the other side of the door.
I appreciate your kind offer, Isabella, but we will figure this out for ourselves,
he said, walking towards the door. Isabella's eyes flashed with anger and hurt, but Jeff didn't stay to apologize. He knew he had to find Lily and make things right with her. As soon as he opened the door, he saw Lily standing in the doorway, looking at him. She dropped the lunchbox she was holding and gave Jeff a big hug. In a soothing voice, she told Jeff that everything was going to be okay, even though Jeff couldn't see hope from anywhere except Isabella's family investment. He wanted to believe his woman, that his family would come out of the quagmire somehow. With fierce determination burning within her, Lily reached out to her estranged mother, Gabriella, who had amassed a vast fortune since leaving her husband. Gabriella agreed to help, but only if Lily would meet with her in person. Lily hesitated, but her love for Jeff won out. The meeting was emotional, with Gabriella apologizing for her past mistakes and begging for a second chance. Lily, seeing the sincerity in her mother's eyes, forgave her. Gabriella then revealed that she had been following Lily's life from afar and was proud of the strong, independent woman she had become. She agreed to invest in Jeff's family business, saving it from bankruptcy. As the final confrontation unfolded, Isabella's physical assault on Lily reached a boiling point. She slapped Lily, her hand leaving a red mark on her cheek. But Gabriella intervened just in time. Her presence, sending Isabella fleeing. Isabella's world began to crumble as she realized that her schemes had failed. Lilly and Jeff's love had only grown stronger, despite her best efforts to tear them apart. The final blow came when Gabriella exposed Isabella's manipulation and deceit. Frustration boiled over. In a fit of rage, Isabella destroyed her own art studio, the place where she had once found solace and creativity. She couldn't bear the thought of continuing her life as it was, surrounded by reminders of her failure. In the end, Isabella was left alone, her heart heavy with regret. She had lost the one person she truly wanted, and her actions had driven him further away.